Okay, so I am 3 days post-op, well, at 4:15 p.m. today, June 2nd. I will be 3 days post-op. It is currently 7:31 a.m. I do have on my gym attire because I will be, like I posted on my post section, I will be going to the gym today to do some light exercise. I will only be uh, slowly walking on the treadmill for 20 minutes at a very slow speed. When I had my first pre-op appointment, the nurse, I did ask her if I could walk on the treadmill, to prevent blood clots and to keep my blood circulating. And she said yes. But I have to make sure I'm walking slowly, like at a slow pace, and, make sure the speed is really slow. I don't want to do too much. I cannot return to my normal exercise routine until my incision heals, which will be weeks from now, and until my surgeon clears me to go back to my normal exercise and fitness routine. It's going to be a while from now. So I'm excited to go to the gym today. It seems like it's been forever since I've been in the gym. So I have some new updates for you guys. So the itching, like I said in my day 2 post-op video, this is day 3 post-op, my 3-day post-op video. So in my 2-day post-op video, I did mention that I was having some itching on my abdomen. Well, last night, it didn't keep me up, but last night the itching got worse. It's more intense, and it's actually itchy on my abdomen right now. And the itchiness is now on my lower back and on my sides of my abdomen. It's itching. And again, when my surgeon reached out to me via text on Saturday to check in to see how my recovery was going, that was one of the things that I mentioned to him. And he did say that sounds very normal. He said that's very normal because that is a normal part of the healing process. That is a symptom of healing. And also, new tissue is being formed and my nerve endings are being regenerated. And so because of that also will cause an itching sensation. When you get when you get a tummy tuck, your nerves are also being cut into. So, the itching is because you are healing and all of your, new tissues, are being formed and your nerve endings are being regenerated. And so that will cause itching. And like I said in my video, in my day 2 post-op video, you do not want to scratch it. Even though the itching is intensified, what I do, sometimes I will take my garment off, like from the waist down, from here down, and I'll just rub my belly. I'll rub my sides and I'll rub my back, and it relieves the itching. No, I cannot put hydrocortisone cream on my abdomen. I'm still healing, and my surgeon has not approved me to use any kind of cream and nothing on my belly. I can't even take a shower. Well, he did approve me to take a shower after 24 hours, but on the post-operative guide that they gave me, it says if you have had the ABEX procedure done with liposuction, in liposuction, you have to wait 3 days after your surgery. My surgery was May 30th, 2025. And so 3 days after my surgery will be tomorrow, June 3rd. So tomorrow is a shower day, but I cannot get my hip-to-hip incision wet. So you don't want to scratch. You want to gently rub. You don't even want to pat. So that is the first update. The itching has intensified. It was driving me crazy last night. It didn't keep me up, but, it was driving me crazy. Another update is I posted, a photo of my scale this morning. I weighed myself. Yesterday, I was 116 pounds. This morning, my weight has gone down a little bit. It dropped by a pound. I am 115 pounds. So I'm getting closer to my pre-op weight of 111 pounds. And so the backstory behind my weight going down, and yes, I'm still alternate day fasting. Today is my feast day. I'm about to make me a banana almond milk smoothie. So basically, last night was day 2 post-op. Even though I didn't sleep the whole night on my side, I was sleeping on my side. So 2 nights in a row, I'm a side sleeper. I sleep on my side. I used to sleep on my stomach, but I stopped sleeping on my stomach because I did some research, because 4 times out the year when I was sleeping on my stomach, I would get really bad muscle strains in my neck, like around here, that would be very, very painful. I would get crooks in my neck. And so I Googled it. I Googled sleeping on my stomach, the worst way to sleep. You don't want to sleep on your stomach, because what it is, and I was still on my weight loss journey at the time. I was a lot heavier. I'm at a healthy weight now, but when you sleep on your stomach, what happens, you are putting pressure. Your weight of your body is putting pressure on your spine and on your neck muscles. And that is the reason why I was getting crooks in my neck. Now, there are a lot of people who are stomach sleepers and they don't get crooks in my neck. But me personally, when I slept on my stomach 4 times out the year, 3 to 4 times out the year, I would have muscle strains in my neck that would last days on end, and it would be so painful. Like I could barely turn my neck left and right. It was just so painful. So I did some research and I learned that sleeping on your side is a better and safer way to sleep. Sleeping on your back or sleeping on your side. I've never been a back sleeper until after I had got this mini tummy tuck, and I will get into that. So like I said, I've always been a side sleeper. I used to be a stomach sleeper for many years, but I've been sleeping on my side for about, I want to say since about 2023, 2024, 2023. And so for the first 2 nights post-op, I am 3 days post-op, I have been sleeping on my side. And I do have swelling on my abdomen. And again, that is a normal part of the healing process. But I did not realize that the way that I was sleeping on my side, was contributing to the swelling. And so last night, I learned that because last night I was just very uncomfortable sleeping on my side. I just felt a lot of pressure on my hip to hip incision and on my abdomen area, my abdominal area. So I did a Google search and I just Googled that, what is the best way to sleep after a mini tummy tuck or tummy tuck? And so basically the best and safest way to sleep, so for optimal healing, is to sleep on your back with your back slightly elevated and your legs and knees slightly elevated. So you want to have a couple of pillows, maybe 3 pillows behind your back to slightly elevate you. And then you want to have 2 or 3 pillows underneath of your knees and legs. And that is how I slept. And it relieved, what it does, it minimizes the tension on your abdominal area and your hip to hip incision. Because if you that's part of the reason why I was swelling in my abdominal area. It was contributing, sleeping on my side was contributing to my swelling. And so I had woke up at around 2:30 something in the morning because I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep. And so once I changed my position, I did research. I did post on my post tab about the fact that I was struggling to sleep and that I was uncomfortable, not because I was in pain, but because I was just feeling a lot of pressure. And it was just a lot of pressure and tension on my hip to hip incision and abdominal area. And I did link some videos on my post tab that I watched. And I learned that you cannot sleep on your side. Now, I did ask my nurse after my surgery, if I could sleep on my side. And she said that, to sleep whatever way is comfortable for me. But I'm sure if I would have asked her what is the safest way to sleep after a tummy tuck, she would have told me that it's on your back. So if you have just had a tummy tuck, sleep on your back until your incisions fully heal for the first 3 weeks, or until your incisions fully heal, your hip to hip incision. Because, if you sleep any other way, you are going to contribute to the swelling. So I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. I wake up at 6 a.m. during the week. Because I have to get up early to take my kids to school, and then, I have to get, work started, and then I go to the gym and stuff. I work full time from home. So basically I weighed myself and my weight had went down. My weight had went down from 116 pounds to 115 pounds. And that is partly because, I, am in a fasted state. Today is my feast day, but I haven't broken my fast yet. I break my fast here in a little bit. So there's a couple of factors as to why my weight went down. I was in a fasted state when I took my weight. 2, I changed my sleeping position from sleeping on my side to sleeping on my back, which alleviated the swelling and, minimized the tension in my abdominal area and on my hip to hip incision. And that is the reason why my weight, and which caused my swelling to go down a little bit. I looked in the mirror, I took my garment off, I took a bird bath, I'm going to be, tomorrow is shower day, but I did take a bird bath. I got myself really clean. I didn't wash my abdominal area, but I washed everywhere else. And so, yes, I am really happy that my weight did go down. And I noticed that my swelling on my abdominal area has gone down. And when I go to the gym, I will be posting some photos of what I look like 3 days post-op. My, belly button, I'm going to show you guys my belly button, but I have to put my compression garment back on. I do have my compression garment on. So I have to wear it 24/7. Now, my 1 week post-op is June the 6th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I know they will be ordering me a new compression garment. It even says it on my post-op guide. And they did tell me that. But this compression garment that I have on, I received it. They put it on me after my, surgery was over. The nurse put it on me. It's very comfortable. And it fit a little tight yesterday. And that's because, again, I was swollen. And since the swelling has gone down, because, I'm healing and, I'm 3 days post-op and every day the swelling goes down. And also since I changed my sleeping position from sleeping on my side to sleeping on my back, with my back elevated and my knees and legs elevated. So basically I'm sleeping in a V position on my back, and that's how you want to sleep. And after a tummy tuck, that's the reason why the swelling has gone down. But if you sleep on your side, it's going to hinder the healing process. It will hinder the healing process, and you do not want to bust open your incision. Right now, my incision is closed. It is stitched up. If you have any kind of pain on your hip to hip incision after sleeping on your side, you want to contact your surgeon. You want to get in contact with your surgeon immediately, because that means that your incisions have opened up, and they're going to have to restitch you back up. My incisions are still tight. you know, but I'm able to stand up straight without being hunched over. So, you know, those are pretty much the updates that I have for my 3-day post-op. I am 3 days post-op, well, as of 4:15 p.m. today. So, you know, the swelling has gone down. My weight has gone down because the swelling has gone down, and also because, you know, I'm still in a fasted state. I was in a fasted state when I took my weight this morning, but the itching has intensified. Yes, the itching has intensified. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next upload.